Welcome back to FPL Spad, your best place to find FPL content for the 25-26 season. My name is Spad. Today, you're joining me for my deadline preview for game week 7. I made my transfers literally the end of last game week, and I bought in 2 players. I done a -4. I bought in Sensi for Cucurella and took out Newton for Gyökeres because I needed Gyökeres for this coming game weeks because Arsenal have got some good fixtures list coming up, so having an Arsenal player in your team is a must. Let's have a quick look at what we did last week. First, in general, we had a good week, made 78 points, triple captain though. The 2 transfers I bought in were Richarlison and Foden. Both didn't work out in the end. Foden with just 1 point, not even the 2 points, and Richarlison both blanking, which was not good. And for me, could have been a lot better, but we still went up in rank in the top 1 million, and got 400 at 420 now, so we're good. So picking team wise, you just really got to decide who the captain is, really, which is going to be between Gyökeres, Haaland, and Salah. Right now, my mind's fixed on Gyökeres home game against West Ham. Only doubt that I have now at the moment is because they've got Nuno in the team. Not Nuno. Nuno's the manager of West Ham now, and they're gonna be a bit more defensively solid than before. So that does play a part in it. The only player I don't like in my team is at the moment probably is Richarlison. Maybe I do want Saka in my team, and the only way I think I can afford that really is by sacrificing Salah. It's probably the only way I could do that, to bring in Saka into my team. That will free up a lot of funds for other players as well, where we're able to upgrade Richarlison to a much better striker. But there's not many strikers out there to choose from, really. Because if we look at the predicted scores, maybe Isak when we start firing on form. I was thinking I could have, like, if I did my transfer a day before, I could have bought in Isak at 10.5 and bought in the Southern defender, Adelaide, who's on fire at the moment. He went up in price to 4.1 now, so I could have got him at 4 million. That was the only way I could get Isak into my team this week, but I didn't want to. I wanted Sensi in my team, and his defensive contributions being 6 out of 6 this season, so he will probably most likely carry that on, and he's getting bonus points, and he's getting an odd assist here and goal there, so which is a plus. So we'll look at the predicted points for the strikers. So right now, Haaland, Watkins, Gyökeres, and Isak. Isak has joined the ranks mainly because Ekitike is now out, so Isak will be playing. Like, there's no other way of looking at it. He will play against Chelsea, and then the international breaks where he can probably build up his fitness a bit more. Hopefully, Sweden make him put him to his paces, and then home against United, and then away against Brentford. So see why people are bringing him in. He was down to 10.4. Remember, he went down price, and now he's gone back up to 10.6. So that is good for him. Wait a second. Let me make sure I'm speaking. Okay, I am. Wait a second. Yep. It's working. So Watkins, like, I know he's highly predicted. Burnley at home is where he's got the most predicted points at 6.5. But I don't think it will be as easy game. They have had it easy. They played on Thursday as well, where Burnley didn't, so they'll have the whole week to prepare for this game. We go back to look on Thursday when Villa played. They won 2-0. Watkins came off on the 70th minute, so he didn't play the full game, but he played enough to be that it can pass over into the other thing. And the other players played, and they are playing on probably most likely Sunday. Let's have a look. Yeah, so they're playing on Sunday as well at 2 o'clock. Quite a lot of teams playing on Sunday at 2 o'clock. 4 teams playing on Sunday at 2 o'clock. That's mad. So we've got 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. kickoff tomorrow. That is crazy. So, okay, 1 second. Let's get this back onto this. Okay. And then we've got Mateta, who I do like, but I would prefer him. I can't afford him over Richarlison right now. If I make the transfer at this minute, because it's 0.8, I think I could get 6.7 for Richarlison if I do it. Transfer. Remove. Yeah. So 7.5 million in the bank is what is available to me to if I want to get rid of Richarlison. But that's extra. That's another -4 points, which I cannot do this game week. And Leeds is not a bad game to be up against. I know he blanked last game week where we expected him to produce something, especially against the Wolves, who have been one of the worst teams in the Premier League so far this season, alongside West Ham. He actually blanked against West Ham and Wolves. The team he didn't blank against was Brighton. So that's a telltale sign right there. Showing up against some teams and not other teams, where the other teams are much, much, much easier to get goals against. But he couldn't do it. Pedro's price went down today, so his price, I think there was some rumors around him not playing this game week, but with Palmer being out, I expect him to play. I know it's not the easiest game, especially against Liverpool at home, but even the game after, Forest away, with the current way with Postecoglou playing at Forest, that could be a good win for Chelsea. And then Salah at home the next game, which obviously, of course, Salah are flying high at the moment. That game is after 2 games after the international break, so things could change in a quick spell time as well. Bowen, let's see if he has a new lease of life under Nuno. West Ham they do get occasional result against Arsenal, so that is probably the most differential striker out there at the ownership of 6.4%. Brentford the game week after that, and then Leeds away. So the 2 games after that are not bad games really. It's just an Arsenal game. So maybe the one to look for future, or if you look a little bit of a gambler or West Ham supporter, you're probably going, maybe I'll go for Bowen this game week, especially after the fight that you saw against Everton at the what's it called, the Old Dicky Stadium or something. Old Dicky, I don't know. Then you got Raul, nah. Stan Larson, nah. Sesko, no. Etikite, of course, he's injured. We don't know the extent of his injury. Wilson, who I just took out this game week, so I will not be looking to bring back in. He was a differential as it was initially at 3.2% right now. So, yeah, that didn't pay off really. But yeah, if Charles is not a differential really because he's 17% ownership. So, him not scoring points was not a good thing. So there we are for that. But I was only looking at the short term between 7 to 9 weeks. Like, to look, just increase it, it just becomes all right out that you need Kukure's in these teams. So maybe Mateta as well, that will need to be coming to my team probably soon. I think the replacement for Richarlison. If we have a look at the price changes, is his price going to go up today? No, his price is not going to go up, which is a good thing for me. I want to get him in before his price actually starts going up. Let's see if he's on the verge of going up. Doesn't look like it from there. Maybe let's change it to forwards only, then it might come up. And at that stage. So his price recently went up, so I must have missed it. Let me see this. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he's just thinking up and down. His price hasn't really changed. Okay. See how it is. But yeah, that's what we do. Gakpo is now down to his original price of 7.5 million as well. So I'll got him out in probably perfect time with my profits intact. Eze has gone up. So Eze is probably another player that we should be looking out for, really. But let's have a look at the midfields. Because we have Salah's highest predicted points, but then Bruno Fernandes, I wouldn't be bringing Bruno in. Semedo, highly owned at 55.5%. His ownership has gone shot from the roof from the start of the season, and his price by 0.8 million, which is quite a lot. And I expect FPL expects his price to go up again. Maybe not that soon, but yeah, it will go up again as people keep bringing him in. Really, I think how many people bring him in this week? Another 500,000. So that will probably go up to 8 million sooner or later. And the people that bought him in 7 million, and then you take him out, it's 500,000 in profit that you made. Not bad. So Saka is the fourth most predicted points in those three games. Amazing games, set of games in my opinion. Not amazing sector because Crystal Palace will be a hard game, and as you increase the game weeks, Saka joins the ranks higher and higher. So I think Saka is someone I need in my team, but so is Salah. Like, I know a lot of people have tried to take him out, start taking him out already. His price could drop this game week potentially. So yeah, not easy way to go about it really. Like Foden is predicted just as not as much in points as Saka, but he's up there, so he could be an option I take out, but I have to raise the funds somewhere else, which by having Holland and Salah on your team is not something that you can just do off the cuff. Yeah, because to raise that 1.8 million, well, I can't sell Semedo. So only person I don't want to sell Cucurella unless somehow Cucurella suffers an injury in the next game week and I have to downgrade on him to another what's it called? Another striker. Then yeah, but even then I need to get 1 million, so I can get 8 million striker in there for probably Mateta, but that's if Cucurella gets injured. But if Cucurella doesn't get injured, I want to keep Cucurella in my team because there's not many strikers out there that you can choose from. And then I'll have to keep Charleston and not upgrade him to Mateta. So, yeah, a few things to do. And I don't want to take Reinders. That is a bit too cheap for Man City midfielder, especially if I want to replace Foden for Saka. There's nothing I could do there. In my defense, I don't think I can save any money unless I take out Gay or Richards for Anderley. That'll give me 0.6, but still another 0.6 short, 0.5 short, depending on what the price will be by the time. Because if Saka goes up today, like the price changes are showing, because price changes showing Saka and Cucurella both going to go up in price. Cucurella is going up to 9.1 for the first time, and Saka reclaiming a bit of his value to 9.9. Voldemar is probably an option to go for, maybe, especially at 7.1 million. People are bringing him in. He's getting goals here and there. But Newcastle is going to be a harder game. It's more of a physical defense. That was under Nuno, but under Ange, I just don't know. So he could get some goals there as well. So Voldemar is probably coming into the consideration at some point. Yeah, I'll have to look at what I'm on. Like Gravenberg at 5.6 has made more points than Salah. Looks like he wants another upgrade in price. Luckily, I don't have any of the players that are gonna go most likely gonna go down in price. Oh wait, I have a Palmer. I have this fucker. Oh man. Hopefully he doesn't go down in price. Can't be that much going. Right, let me have a look at transferred out for this game week. Yeah, I don't know how you can go down when less than 30,000 people have taken you out of your team. Yeah, less than 14,000 people have taken you out, and you say it's gonna go down. I don't believe you guys, so I am not gonna fall for that trap and do my transfer early then. Because 14,000 people taking him out does not constitute as giving him minus 0.1. Because according to you guys, there's like nearly 30, 40 players that are gonna go down. Like, that's a joke. I think you need to fix your system, guys. Big time. We have got still so much to go, so many time to go. Cunha and Mboma are both there, but this is mainly because their predicted points have been boosted up by the game against Sunderland, which they expect to win, but I don't think it's going to be straightforward as it is. Sunderland have had a good start to the season. Both of them have, of course, a week's rest because the Man United are not in Europe, so that could be an interesting game. And then you got Soboslai. So it's not really, there's not a draft of midfielders out there that you would want really, like, unless the defensive contributions has become a big thing this year. Because Rice and Enzo are high up the predicted points as well. Gordon as well could be a good shout. And midfield at 7.4 million. And Dai is good as well. Mintasar, Kudos, Reinders. So Reinders is probably the only one that's for me right now that he changed. Then you got Eze as well, who if he starts game in, game out, minutes were guaranteed. He'll be a great pick. But I fear the rotation factor with Odegaard for him. Because Arsenal have brought in a lot of players this season. They've signed about just over 20 million worth of players, but they have not sold anyone, so they've actually increased the size of their squad. So that's a bit scary there. And you can just see some of the like Anthony, who has been scoring some serious amount of points over the last 6 weeks, and his price gone up. Still at not many predicted points for him, not yet. Frankly, maybe it's a bit unfair. Let's just go back to pick my team just to make sure it's set already. Yep, it is set. This is just for the over 9 game weeks. So we want to look bit for the midfielder a bit longer, I say. So Saka, I think, is going to be a must for those games that are coming up. Maybe I should just kept Cucurella and just changed my midfield instead and brought in Saka and Gyökeres, double Arsenal. Because that was probably the only way I would have been able to do that as well. And I could have kept in Wilson instead. So, so Foden is still getting high predicted points here. So, thing is, if he produces, then it nullifies Saka. But you would want both really in your team. That's the thing. The cost of Haaland and Salah have kind of screwed over the FPL in my opinion this year. Especially when Haaland's price is now going to be matching Salah's price of 14.5. Seems to show that Salah was priced too heavily in the first place. Should never have been 14.5. 13 should have been the max. So, especially when his highest before that was always 12.5. Yeah. But hey ho. Alright. Let's look at just defenders quickly. So we look at the 3 week gap first. Gabriel, Timber, and Calafiori after defense. No surprise, they have got the strongest defense so far in the league. I think they've only conceded 2 goals. I think one against Man City, one against Liverpool. I don't think they conceded last week. Did they concede a goal last week? Yes, they did. So 3 goals against, so one against Newcastle. So it's conceded 3 goals in total in 6 games. So that's 50% clean sheet rate as well. Gabriel did get a goal in the last game week, the winner against Newcastle, and the bonus points as well. So he made quite a bit of points for some of these his owners. His ownership is high as what, 28%. So people do invest money in strong defense. With Timber and Calafiori both nearing up 15%, both are 5.7, 5.8. Then you got Virgil van Dijk at 6.1 million at 20%, 28% ownership as well. So people have put some faith in the high ownership players. I had put my faith in the wrong high ownership player in Cucurella. Who was 6.1 million, 2 million when I sold him, so I've got the 0.1 million profit on him. But that could have been Gabriel instead, and that would have been some good amount of points. That's another mistake on me. Sensi, someone who I wanted to bring in along a while back, couldn't do it because I already had 3 Bournemouth players, and I was relying on Nielsen to produce for me, but he blanked every single game week. So that's one of the main reasons why I had to get rid of him. And once I got rid of him, I could bring in Sensi. But bought him in at 4.8. A lot more expensive than most people that bought him in. I probably recognize his talents at 4.6, but failed to pull the trigger. Immune is pretty high up as well, but it's probably the most expensive. Charles Crystal Palace defender at 5.6 million now. Ownership is a decent 12.4. Romero, same one for 5.1, ownership 10.6. Because Van der Ven is a lot cheaper, but I think Romero gives you more of the defense contribution points than Van der Ven. Then Mitchell, Lecoq, and Richards, all at lower than 5% ownership, 2.4, 4.2, and 3% respectively. And Richards is only at 4.5 million price. The rest, the other two are 5 million, 5.1. So glad I got Richards. Then you got Diakite for Bournemouth with that 4.5 at 0.5% ownership. So he is a real differential to your Sensi. If you cannot afford Sensi, he's a man to go for. Konate at 5.5 million, 3.5% ownership. I'll avoid. Then you got Andele, who's okay, deserved predicted points. So the cheapest predicted points in the next few game weeks, Andele at 4.1 million, 6% ownership. So not a lot of people jump on the bandwagon, but enough for his price to go up and for him to be noticed. After his 17 or 16 point haul that he did the other day, no surprise, he got defensive contributions in nearly every single game he's played in, par one. So that's a good record so far at the moment. And for 4.1 million, even now, great buy to bring in my opinion. If you need to get rid of one of your slack defenders who is not producing at all, and bring him in as a backup, even as a backup. But I would even start him this game week because they could get a result against United with the way United are playing, and some of them are playing some good football. So oh yeah, hold on. So let's have a look. Let's see the video refresh. Viewers League. Oh yeah, Kelly. 10 points ahead, yeah. You done a triple captain as well. We had Voldemort. Oh, so you got Palmer and Dewsbury Hall missing this game week. He's missing with a 5 suspension already. Man, that's mad that a player's got 5 yellow cards in 6 game weeks already to be suspended. Because if he gets another 5 yellow cards, he'd be suspended for 2 games. So he needs to be careful. Yeah. I think you need to bring some Arsenal players in, man. But you've got other fights to kill out right now, I'll say. But if you're a West Ham fan, you're not gonna really bring in Arsenal players this game week because you want West Ham to win. So you took a -4, took Gakpo, and do you take out Gakpo before the price drop, before his price drop today, or actually, but 7.6 million, no one would have made a profit. Yeah, they could easily do. Newcastle played on Thursday. No, Forest played on Thursday, and Newcastle played, I think, on Wednesday. They played on Wednesday, yeah. They done it 4-0, easy game. So yeah, they do have a very good chance of putting quite a beating on Forest. Are they playing at home? Yes, they are playing at home. So yeah, oh man, Walter Mark may be a good shout this game week. But one bad thing is that he's not going to be on penalties. I think it's going to be Gordon. So that's one bit of a downer there. And last you bring in, you brought in Doku. Would have been nice if you had him last week. I wish I had him instead of Foden. But yeah. So what were we looking at then? So yeah, Andale. Keane at less than 1% ownership. At the moment, it's 0.9%. Next 2 games are not that good, great. Crystal Palace on an undefeated streak, 19 games in, but played on Thursday, and then Man City the week after that, after the international break, away, and then Tottenham at home. So maybe not the best time to bring him in, but I know how it is when players score points. The previous game week, they look like a hot property and people start bringing them in. But I'll hold off. But yeah, so I really haven't got to do much, so I'm just gonna Take any advice that you guys want to hear. Yeah, Petric hasn't got high predicted points, but compared to other players, like if you're playing a wild card, maybe this game week, then Machiavelli will be good at 4.3 million, but then you'll have to take him out at some point when Alisson's back. So you're just wasting a free transfer in the future. So that's the reason why I wouldn't be going for him. Pope, defensively, somewhat solid. Is a good shout, does make saves. Duruma, I expect him to be more solid as well. Makes a lot of saves. But it's 5.6 million. He's gone up in price as well. Sanchez, I will stay away. Didn't rate him up at all, really. And his price has gone down to 4.9 million. Bayinda for United at 5 million is a joke. He should be at 4.5. Half percent ownership. So, like, how can he have a higher predicted points than Petric, the Bournemouth keeper? Is beyond me right now. His ownership is at 5.7%, and two good home games, and one hard away game. I guess Crystal Palace, who might still be undefeated. You just don't know yet. And then you got Pickford and Dubravka. So Dubravka is always, I think, is in everyone's teams, most people's teams, especially at 34% ownership. Like at 4 million, I think to have him as a backup keeper who's playing game in, game out, it's good to have, really. A lot of people are using him as their bench boost goalkeeper because not a lot of money going around, especially when you got Haaland and Salah. So you need to save as much money you can for other positions. Oh yeah, Roof. He took a price rise last night. Um, I just don't think it was the game to bring him in against United, really. One second, I need to do one ball. Alright, guys, I'll be back in just 1 minute. Yep, give me a second and I'll be back. Just gonna quickly have a quick smoke. What I done here? Why did I open this? Sorry, guys. At least you can see my team. Alright, be back in 1 minute. anyone's there. Okay. So while I had a quick break, um, from the looks of it, most people are captaining Haaland for this game week. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to the game on Sundays against Brentford. So I'm going to be supporting Brentford to win. So I don't want Haaland to score goals, really. I want him to blank. I know it helped my team because I've got Foden and Reinders in my team, but it is what it is, really. So yeah, I'm going to captain Gyökeres because really I don't even should be captain Gyökeres because I don't want them to win, but they are playing against one of the most bottom team in the league, most uninformed team. Nunes can't fix everything in a week, can he? I don't think he can. There was improvements, and they did have a week off as well, but not a real week because they were played on Monday. So I think Gyökeres is most likely going to start. I don't think Arsenal can afford to be rotating in a Premier League game. Really, they are 2 points behind. Yes, they caught up by 3 points, but dropping points here, and Liverpool could extend the lead. So I expect Gyökeres to start. How many minutes did he play on? They played on Tuesday or was it Wednesday? I think they played on Tuesday, so they've had more than enough time to rest. Where are they? They played on Wednesday. Well, they played on Wednesday yesterday. They played on Wednesday, so they got one less day of rest. Yeah. So Gyökeres, did he play the whole game? He played the whole game. So okay, not best of signs, but he should be fit enough. He is at his prime in his life, 28, 29. So he should be playing back-to-back games, and more games he plays, the sharper he gets, really. So, yeah, I have to go for Gyökeres as captain, really. I know the predicted points has put Haaland at 6.9. If it was against any other, like, low-table team, then I would. Brentford have a good home record in general, that they have been that team for a very long time under Frank, and so far so good under what's his name? I forgot his name. The Brentford manager. What was the Brentford manager's name again? Completely forgot. Okay, so yeah, they played what Villa this year, beat them. Drew against Chelsea 2-2, and they were proper very good fight. It was a very deserved 2-2, and really could have won the game if it weren't for Cole Palmer's brilliance coming off the bench and Casado's really good goal from outside the box. And then they beat United 3-1 at home. So, yeah, I expect Brentford to put up a fight. They will play their back five for this game in general. I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Gukures as my captain. Um, it's a differential as it is, as he's 27% ownership. So some people might have even go for Saka as captain this game week. If I Saka, then I'll probably have a real dilemma between choosing Saka and Gukures. And to be frank, I would go for Saka, if I had him. Um, he's I would, maybe I should not have took out Cucurella out of my team, took out Salah out and brought in Saka and Gukures, kept him Nielsen, took out Richarlison, but I didn't want to take out Richarlison when I just brought him in. It's just that's admitting to a mistake that you made, that transfer that you never done then, because he didn't make no points in that game week either. So I've got to have to stick with my guns and hopefully he can produce this game week. But yeah, I'm gonna have to leave Gukures as captain. Really, I know all the FPL content creators have gone for Haaland as captain. I don't think any of them are even thinking about changing it. It's just they're going on Haaland's form. You know, recent form he has been great. He did get 2 goals against Burnley and an assist, which amazingly helped out my triple captain. The game before got a goal. The game before got 2 goals against United, a goal against Burnley and Brighton away. He blanked against Tottenham and got 2 goals against Wolves. So he's only blanked in 1 game week this season so far. He's got 52 points, the most anyone's on right now. Against Burnley, they did give the goals to him, really. 1 goal was just gifted to him, but he still has to put the chance away, which he always does. You give him the chance, he'll put it away. But I think that's what Brentford will try to stop. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to see probably a very low block team, but Brentford will try to hit them on the counter. With the pace that they have in their team, because they have a good player in Thiago, who's a hold-up player who can make a difference, and then you got Sharda, Atara, that most likely 2 of them that will start, depending if he changes the formation, because I have seen him change it, especially when he plays 5 at the back. So yeah, I'm probably taking a big gamble by going as Gukures as captain when everyone else is going for Haaland as captain. But of course, I'm looking at the FPL content creators. Like most of the content creators are pretty low rank compared to me. So you can see why I'm not just straight like going by that. I'm gonna have a quick look to see if they're doing like any last minute changes.
Anytime soon. Anytime.
So yeah, let's talk FPL. Still playing Haaland as captain, and he's playing 4 defenders instead of 3. He's decided to bench Paqueta, who in hindsight is a good bench because they're playing against Arsenal, and Dewsbury Hall, who's been suspended for him. So I think he's got a higher rank than me at the moment. I think he is ranked 376k in the world. So he is just slightly above me at the moment. So that's the only person in like FPL content creator that I'm probably competing with at the moment. Because you have a look at Harry's. I don't think I'd say Harry could be higher ranked. Let me just have a look. Harry's ranked 1.2 million, which is not a bad rank. He does have a strong, like, semi-decent team. I don't like Jack Pedro, don't like Cucur and Bruno Fernandes, Tawaski. So yeah, he's doing also Haaland as captain. So on recent form, that's what you do it as. Yes. I just can't do that because I can't be going to the Brentford game and hoping Haaland scores. It's just nonsensical for me to do. Why am I going to the game? If I weren't going to the game, then I may be more inclined to make Haaland as captain and hope for the best. Like FPL Raptor, he's going for Haaland as captain as well. That all most FPL content creators all have the three same forwards in Gyökeres, Haaland, and João Pedro. So, and nearly everyone has Semedo now, and Reinders. I don't think any content creator, FPL expert, doesn't have Semedo in their team. He has Gabriel as well, great partner with Sensi, and he's got Tawaski as well. So he's more or less got the same team as like FPL Harry, more or less. Just probably one difference in Dai. I've not seen any votes. Let me see if was there any votes. FPL Foco has more or less got the same two things as well. Like he's got Gabriel as well, and he's got Sensi as well. Same three forwards, Reinders and Samir, and Dai and Bruno. So he's more or less got the exact same team, besides one player difference in Guardiola, and the other one's got Tawaski. So his rank right now is 3 million. But I think FPL Raptors rank is where is his rank? I can't see his rank at the moment, but I'm pretty sure these guys all played the wild cards last week. No one's really doing a normal vote for captain, I think, or have I missed it? Most likely, I think I've missed it. So we have got 6 minutes to deadline. I'm gonna have a look at FPL Mates team. I haven't looked at his really. Let's see what he's doing. So he's got Haaland as captain as well. Same front three. Midfield Bruno Semedo and Kudos. Randall's on the bench. He's playing Randall's on the bench and Adelaide on the bench as well. Which stack I think that is, yeah. And then playing 4 defenders is Sensi, Gabriel, Richards, and Romeo and Ray and Goff. So yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go from the looks of it, the differential captain. But of course, this is just FPL career content creators that I'm looking through. So yeah. 5 minutes to go. Please lock your teams in. Save your teams. Make sure you're locked in. Yep. All done. Chris as my captain and Salah as my vice. Thing is, Salah does perform against Chelsea most times, so Salah could be the real because his ownership is high. His ownership is at sort of 40%. So let me just quickly do one more thing, guys. So we're good to go. Okay, okay. All right. 3 minutes of deadline, guys. Please lock your teams in. I know no one's online at the moment. So, oh, one person maybe come on and gone. 2 votes both for Holland. So, yeah. Look like everyone's going for Holland as captain. And I'm going to go for the differential. Let's hope it pays off. Let's hope it pays off. Alright, I'm going to end my stream a bit early today because I don't see anyone coming on in this late stages. If you did join my stream earlier, thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah, saved. Should I wait till deadline? I'll wait till deadline. I should not leave early, just in case. You never know. One person might come on and be like, yeah, quickly give me advice. So I'll leave it like that. But let's have a quick look at the price transfers. Like how many ins and outs there have been. Let's look at the most transferred in. So we have Holland did hit the 1 million in the end. Sensi at 700k. We're hoping the most transferred in curse hits Holland this game week. Then we got Gabriel, Semeyo, 500,000 as well again. Gay off over 500,000. Kukrez did not hit the 500,000 before on the 70k. Still quite a few transfers in. His price should go up. Doku, Anthony at 4.7. Adelet, no surprise, at 4.1. Wadaman is a great option to have at a very good differential at 400k. Then you got Saka at nearly 400k as well. Saar 350k. Raya 300. So now you've got a bit of the differential ones coming up here. But those other ones were good ones to bring in. If we look at the price changes, 1 minute to go. Saka is going to go up tonight. Kukrez is going to go up tonight. Watermark will go up tonight. Minta, Gravenberg, Burns, Haaland could go up again to 12, 14.5. The rest we'll see. Probably, I don't see them going up tonight. So I'm not going to announce them. The ones that are going to go down is probably Jorginho, Rutter, Barnes, Wirtz, Salah's in the picking line now, Beto, Pedro Porro, Pitchpong, which I don't believe because I think there's like maybe 20,000 people that took him out of the team, which is nothing. So you can't have a price decrease when not less than 20,000 people have taken you out. And I'm just going to have a look at that quickly because I'm pretty sure, yeah, 15,000 people. So you can't have a price decrease when 15,000 people have only taken you out. That is a joke. So yeah, he should be fine for this game week. The deadline should have passed. I'm going to refresh the page. Hopefully they're on point. Yes, they are. So thank you for joining my stream. I'll see you guys next time. See you guys later. See ya. With